The President of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, held a meeting with leaders of the independent opposition seeking to ratify consensual path for the preservation of peace in view of the upcoming presidential elections. During the reception at the Miraflores Palace, the head of state highlighted the approach with this opposition sector, which ratified its willingness to preserve peace, to work for the development of the country despite of its adverse stances. In the meeting, Nicolás Maduro highlighted his pronouncements in favor of peace, coexistence, and the search for consensual path. The President of Parliament, Jorge Rodriguez, underlined the hope that these type of meetings will be repeated and send the message that beyond the differences, they can converge in common proposals for the defense of peace.
Considering the events of these beautiful days that are taking place in Venezuela, I have been watching on the networks and listening to the reflections that you leaders forged and formed in the opposition have been making. Public statements in favor of peace, coexistence, and the search for consensual path. And I said to Jorge Rodriguez, let's invite them, call them to see if they accept an invitation for a conversation. Because I think it is very positive that all these things can be reflected looking at the future, as they say.
The Venezuelan head of state affirmed that although there are differences, what matters is the common destiny of the country.
Here, what is important is the common destiny of a country. There will always be differences, positions. Homo sapiens has 300,000 years, they say, on Earth. How much history has happened? We are an atom in the history of mankind and an atom in the history of the country, all of us here. No one can pretend, no matter how much ego they may have, that they are the beginning and the end of history. Nobody is the beginning and the end. The greatest we have ever had here is Simón Bolívar, and he never pretended to be the beginning and the end of history, but rather to point out a path, and he did point it out.
The independent leader of the Venezuelan opposition, Carlos Prosperis, assured that Venezuela has had an economic recovery in recent years.
I called today on each and every Venezuelan to reflect on what they seem to want to return to the people of Venezuela, which is to try to set it on fire. And that is why I said it the day I read the communiqué, that we are going to be wherever there is peace, that we truly have the conviction, Mr. President, that the country will continue in good hands. And it will continue in good hands because many, when one makes these statements, many say, well, Carlos, what country do you live in? Whoever denies today the fact that Venezuela has had an economic recovery definitely does not live in Venezuela.
On the other hand, the mayor of the municipality of Obispos in Barinas State, Adrian Azuaje, expressed his interest in the development of the economy and peace of Venezuela.
Obispo has always been present in the history of Venezuela, and today I am pleased to be here setting the pace and being the protagonist of this historic moment that Venezuela is living. A historic moment where we set the pace for the before and the after, and the message that I bring from the state of Barinas and the municipality of Obispo is to work in harmony for our Venezuela. For that peace that we all long for and seek. For the development that Venezuela needs.
Also, the mayor of the Rocío Nieves municipality in the state of Guárico, Zulme Ávila, assured that she had wanted to change the United Socialist Party of Venezuela some time ago due to many differences with her former political party.
I wanted to join the ranks of the PSU, not just now, for a long time, because I saw things that I didn't like within the Democratic Alliance where I was successful. I won the capital of the municipality in 21 days. And from that day until today, I haven't stopped working. I start at 6 in the morning and it is 1 and 2 in the morning and I am still working. With a lot of problems on me as all mayors do, with headaches to the point of exhaustion. With a lot of problems.